Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Entertainment Brick Show. Today, I want to talk about Indiana Jones. I want to talk about the new movie, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Before I get in too far into this video, I want to let you know this is going to be a full spoiler video. If you have not seen the movie, don't watch this video, or if you don't really care, go right ahead, but this is full spoilers. All spoilers for the movie. It's going to be a totally free spot to talk about spoilers, so just be careful. I'm just telling you now before I get too far into the video. But anyways, that's about the spoiler warning. So yes, we're going to be talking about Lego Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny because recently there's been some hints and some slight information about Lego potentially making more Lego Indiana Jones sets, specifically sets based off of the Dial of Destiny movie. And I thought, let me come up with some ideas, because I just saw the movie. I saw the movie yesterday at the time of this recording, Thursday night, and now I have some ideas for some sets that could come out that I think could be kind of cool. So yeah, and I'm also basing this off the original rumors for the Lego Indiana Jones theme that was supposed to return. There was originally going to be 4 Indiana Jones sets based off of the original movies, and then 4 Indiana Jones sets based off of the Dial of Destiny movie. So, just basing off of that, I have 4 sets here, 4 set ideas that I want to kind of, oops, sorry, I bumped the mic, that I want to kind of run through here with all of you. So, we're going to start with the first one, and I'm going to get into that right now. So, the first set that I have here on the list is the Parade Chase. And this is from towards the beginning of the movie, where, oh God, there's so much happened. Okay, so like Indy and Helena Shaw escaped the college building, the school building, whatever, and then Indy rode a horse through a parade, and then everybody chased him, and all the villain characters chased him basically. So it's gonna be based off of that sequence in the movie. I said this set would be like $30. It wouldn't be too big; it'd be kind of a smaller size set. And the minifigures included would be Indiana Jones, obviously his older design from the 5th movie here, and he would also have like his civilian kind of clothing on, his work clothing, right, his professor clothing, instead of like his actual, outfit that he has, his classic Indiana Jones outfit that he has throughout the rest of the movie. It would just kind of be like him in the with a tie on and like the gray suit and stuff. So that's what I was thinking for his minifigure. Then this would also come with the villain character, Clobber. I think that's how you say that is the character's name. And he also would have his, kind of civilian outfit towards the beginning of the movie. He kind of tends to keep the same outfit through most of the movie, but towards the end, he kind of has a switch up in his outfit design when he gets on the plane towards the end. And then this also would come with the character, I'm going to butcher this name, I know, but Hawk, I think, Hauke. He was just kind of like this big, beefy character that was just, there as a bodyguard for the main villain, Dr. Voller, or he also had another name, but I didn't write that down. Anyways, so they'll come with those 3 minifigures, and then the builds would be the horse mold in black for Indy to ride through the parade with. Then it would also come with the small police bike that Clobber was driving, and then the open roof parade car. I think it was red from what I remember. Again, I wrote all these ideas off of memory after seeing the movie, and the movie was like 2 hours and 45 minutes, so it's kind of a lot to kind of keep track in my head, but I believe that car was red. If it was not, then it was probably like black or blue or something. And Hawk drove that in the movie, or drove that in that chase sequence, so it would come with that car build, and that would be mostly the main build of the set here. Again, it would probably be, it's almost going to be like a Speed Champion set, sort of. Like, I was thinking it would be, like, really focused on adding detail to the actual parade car that Hawk drove. And then, obviously, for the side builds, it would be, like, the little police bike that you build up, most likely using that, the bike mold, the typical kind of police bike mold, that giant piece that kind of goes over another main piece, the other main bike piece. And then, again, it would just be the horse mold for Indiana Jones to ride through, or ride along to escape them. So that's what I'm thinking there. I think it'd be a cool little $30 set to have. I think it would be really, it's the cheapest set. I forgot to mention, these are all done in order of price. So it'd be a nice little set to kind of have like a nice feel for the Dial of Destiny movie. and I think they could work really well. So that's what I'm thinking for the first set here. Now we're going to move on to the next one. So the next set idea that I have here is set number 2, and I came up with the name. This is kind of a silly name, but it's called the Tuk-Tuks in Tangier, because there was basically a chase sequence with a tuk-tuk, or actually a couple of them. And this would be a $40 set, so a little bit more expensive than the previous one. And it would also come with Indiana Jones 5 in his outfit from Tangier when they were in Tangier. So he would, have like his jacket, he'd have his hat this time around instead of the regular civilian clothing. It would also come with Helena Shaw. It would come with Teddy, so kind of like your 3 main characters there. It would also come with Dr. Voller in his Tangier outfit. He did have a couple of different outfits from the movie. This would be his Tangier outfit. And then this would also come with Clobber. Again, basically the same exact minifigure from the Parade Chase set. So that's what I'm thinking there. Again, pretty solid array of minifigures for a $40 set. 5 minifigures for $40. I was gonna include the 2 other characters that were with Dr. Voller in the car that they were driving away or trying to escape with. But I feel like that would be too many minifigures for a $40 set, and I even think 5 is pushing it these days. I mean, these days, it's typically a very small amount of minifigures for a large set. I mean, for instance, one idea, one thing in particular was like the Batcave Shadow Box, for instance, was like $400, and we only got 7 minifigures. The recent Disney Castle, I think, is supposed to be like $400 or $600. No, that might not be right. I think it's $400, and it comes with like 6 minifigures or something like that. So that's what I'm saying, like, these days, it's a lot of, like, small amount of minifigures for more expensive sets, but I feel like this kind of makes the most sense to have this $40 set that includes basically the main 3 characters, as well as the villain, and also a villain henchman character, because the other 2 sets, we'll get into those later, but they're kind of a little bit different. So, and the builds for this set would be 2 Tuk-Tuk builds, one for Indiana Jones, and then one for Helena Shaw and Teddy to kind of drive in. And they would also have 2 rows, so you could kind of sit all 3 minifigures. If you've watched the movie and you've seen the Tangier scene, then you'll know what I talk about. There's 2 Tuk-Tuks that they have in that sequence, and then the other main build for this set would be Dr. Voller's getaway kind of car vehicle. And again, I don't remember exactly what the car looks like. I remember obviously he escaped in a vehicle and escaped in a car. I believe it was a black car. And it would be obviously that vehicle, whatever that vehicle was. Again, I don't remember off the top of my head, and I didn't really take a look at it either. I didn't try and look it up, but whatever that car was, that would be the main build of the set here. And obviously, it would be a little bit bigger than the actual parade car from the previous set, and it would fit more characters as well. So I think that could be kind of a cool set to have as well, a little bit unique with the Tuk-Tuks and such. So that is set number 2. Set number 3 here is probably my favorite. I think my favorite set that I have here on the list here, and that is the train from the beginning of the movie. I don't really know what to call this because it was kind of like it was just a train basically. But it was in the flashback at the very beginning of the movie with that really awesome train action sequence. That was by far my favorite part of the movie. I really loved that sequence. And I want to have it in the Lego set. So I was thinking this would be, that train set, and it would be $60. It would come with Indiana Jones in his flashback. So in the flashback, he'd be much younger, have a much younger design. I was kind of torn between giving him like the actual like Nazi soldier outfit, or if it would be the like regular Indiana Jones kind of outfit that he gets towards like the middle of that sequence. I was thinking probably the actual regular Indiana Jones outfit, because it might be easier instead of like having to make new molds or new prints and stuff. It would just be easier to reuse one of the figures from the original Indiana Jones wave that came out in April. So that's what I'm thinking there for his flashback outfit. He'd also come with a hairpiece as well because he didn't really have his hat on for a good fair amount of scenes in this part of the movie. So it would come with him. And then it would come with Basil Shaw, I think is how you say his name. And he is Helena Shaw's dad. He's played by Toby Jones. I liked him as a character. Cool little, companion character for Indy to, have him help with some fights and stuff like that. Although he didn't really do too much, but he was still cool to have as a minifigure, I feel like. And then it would also come with Colonel Weber, who is the Nazi general, or I guess colonel in this case. who fought Indy towards the end of this train sequence. And then it would come with 2 or 3 like soldier characters to kind of have Indy fight him along the train. And then this also would come with Dr. Voller in his flashback outfit. Where he's much younger. He's got a different outfit on. He's got like the suitcase and stuff that has the dial and such. So I was thinking those would be the minifigures. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 to 7 minifigures, depending on how many soldier characters are included in this set. I think that's a pretty solid, amount for a $60 set. And then the builds would be a full, the train, and it would have basically like three separate sections. So the first section, the back train car, would be the artifacts car. So it would have a bunch of like artifacts in it. It would have the blade that took Christ's blood, or I forget what that blade is called, but it would come with that. It would be a couple like random boxes stacked up and such. There would be, a bunch of crates around inside the actual train car. And then the next car, the second one, is going to be the office kind of car that they had there that Basil was stuck in, and like Dr. Voller and Colonel Weber were talking in and stuff. So I think that could be really cool. And then obviously you have the front locomotive that is the final part of the train. I think that'd be a really cool set. Maybe it even comes with some track pieces too to kind of have fun with that as well. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking for that. And that could be a really cool set. And again, this is probably my favorite set on the list here. And especially for 60, you get a pretty solid amount. You get Indy, you get Basil, you get, 4 or 5 enemy characters. Like, it's pretty solid. So that's what I'm thinking for that set. Now let's move on to the final set. The final set on my list here is called the Time Fissure, which is kind of a big thing towards the end of the movie that the villain, actually, I guess both sides, the heroes and villains, were searching for and were going through. And this is obviously, again, spoilers. A little late for that, but yeah, spoilers. This is also when they go to what is that? Where they meet Archimedes and such, which was really weird, by the way. Really weird sequence, but regardless, here's the set idea. So it's going to be called the Time Fissure. It's going to be $120. Big set here. It's going to come with Indiana Jones in his just regular outfit, regular Indiana Jones style, but obviously he's much older, so this is going to be I think it's probably going to be the only real way to get just regular Indiana Jones from this movie here, where he's like much older, because I believe his Tangier outfit and his regular kind of outfit that he has for the rest of the movie is slightly different. I think it's slightly different. I could be wrong, though. The set's also going to come with Helena Shaw. The set is also going to come with Teddy, as well as that plane pilot character that woke up when Teddy was flying his plane to chase after the giant Nazi plane. That's basically, I don't know planes very well. I apologize. I don't know planes very well. I don't know the names of planes, but that plane pilot character, whoever that guy was, he's included. Then we also have Dr. Voller in his officer outfit that he puts on towards the end of the movie, as well as Clobber, who is doing the same, his officer outfit at the end of the movie. And then you also have a couple of soldiers characters as well. I put down 4 soldiers, just because I think it would be kind of cool to get, kind of somewhat of an army build, sort of, if you get all 4, or I guess specifically the 2 last sets here that actually come with Nazi soldiers. It would be like 7 of them, which is pretty solid. And then you have, Clobber and Hawk, whatever those guys' names are. And then you have Voller, that's like 10 villain minifigures. I think that would be pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Anyways, those are the minifigures I'm thinking of. So basically all the essential characters that you would need for this movie, just in a giant set. So if you just wanted to get this giant set, you'll basically have everybody. If you want to get all the sets, there's definitely some variety of characters to have with these sets for sure, which is really cool. I love it. I love making these set ideas. It's so fun. But anyways, those are the minifigures. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like 10. So 10 minifigures for 120. Sounds pretty solid. That's pretty good. And then for the builds, it's going to be one of the side builds. I'll start with the side build. It's going to be the smaller plane that Teddy and that other plane pilot character were chasing the giant plane after. It's going to be that smaller plane. Again, I don't know plane names, but it's basically just going to be, very small, probably like a, 4-stud wide plane is my guess, where it's basically just going to have, like, you can fit Teddy in the front and then that plane pilot character in the back, and then it's just going to be a very smaller plane build. If it was on a standalone, looking at it this way, if it was a standalone set, it would probably be like $20. So that's like where the $20 comes in. And then the $100, the rest of that price point, really goes towards the giant Nazi plane towards the end of the movie that they were driving. Again, I don't know plane names, but the villain characters used it. The villain characters were Nazis. I'm calling it the Nazi plane, even though that's, terrible. But that giant plane is going to be the main build of the set. I think this is actually really cool because with such a high price point, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you could do with the piece count and such. Like, you can actually make it be like a pretty decently sized plane. You can have pilots in there. Oh, I forgot to include, well, maybe some of the Nazi soldiers can be like the pilot characters for it as well. But, it would come with them, and then it would also have like spots for Indy to sit down, spots for Dr. Voller to kind of run throughout or walk throughout the plane, freaking out because he got the coordinates wrong and such. So I think it'd be really cool to kind of have, a decently solid sized plane to kind of have some real fun with and such. And the wingspan's going to be really big. It's going to be like a very large plane build that I think could be really cool as the large flagship set for this wave. So that's what I'm thinking there. And that's actually all four of the set ideas, and I'm going to close this video out now. There you all have it. Those are my ideas for LEGO Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny sets. I think there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I think there's actually a pretty solid amount of minifigure variety that you'll be getting with this set, with these sets. Each set comes with at least one, exclusive minifigure. Actually, at least two, I think. Yeah, I think at least two exclusive minifigures per set, which I think is really cool. Really love that that's able to happen. Like, if you buy one of the sets and then buy another one, you're going to be getting different minifigures. It's going to be there's definitely going to be variety with the minifigures that you get for the sets, and I know minifigures are very important to LEGO sets, of course, so it's good to have some really good variety with these sets. And I also think the builds are really cool. I mean, I think with LEGO Indiana Jones, what makes LEGO Indiana Jones so cool is that it kind of gives LEGO the opportunity to make these really cool looking cars, these really cool looking plane vehicle sets, and I think this is, just a great example of that. So that's what I'm thinking for my 4 ideas for the LEGO Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny sets. If you enjoyed that video, do the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.